Hi guys, welcome to episode 9 of Coffee and ABA, where we discuss all things applied behavioral analysis over a really nice cup of coffee. So, before we start on antecedent strategies, I just want to put this little disclaimer in there. These are very generic strategies. These are the cookie cutter version of strategies that we would typically put in place after we've done an assessment. But I wanted to give this information because these are proactive interventions that can be used to modify the environment, routines, and demands to make a desired behavior more likely, and also to decrease the likelihood of those challenging behaviors. Some common strategies that we're going to go over, I like to call them the top 8. These are the 8 that I typically go through immediately during an assessment when I'm like, okay, what can I put in place right now to see what works and what doesn't? So the goal is to prevent problem behaviors by addressing the factors that trigger them before they happen. So our first common antecedent strategy is our visual supports. This is visual schedules, calendars, first then boards, and they help individuals understand expectations, routines, and what's coming next. So that likelihood of escape of a task is going to decrease, or access to a specific toy is going to decrease because they know that it's coming next. That leads us into priming. So this is us discussing, hey, first we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. Or even saying, hey, in 5 minutes, we're going to go ahead and clean up. And so it introduces that new information or those materials or activities to the individual before the actual event. It kind of prepares them for that transition. And with that, we're creating predictability. So we're establishing predictable routines, giving them warnings about transitions, and helping to give them clear expectations to help them know what's coming next. Number 4, I love providing choices. It gets our kiddos and our clients and our individuals that we work with a sense of control and autonomy over their environment. And it can increase task cooperation. So for example, if I tell a kiddo to clean up, well, gosh, there's a lot to clean up on the floor. But if I say, hey, do you want to clean up your blocks or your books? Well, then the kiddo goes, I have control over this situation. I'm not just going to run away. I'm not going to throw a tantrum. I'm going to go, I want to clean up the books. And then the books get cleaned up. Cleanup is still happening. They just get to choose what's coming first. 5th strategy is environmental modifications. This is adjustments to the physical setting itself to be more conducive to that desired behavior. For example, as a teacher, I rearranged my classroom so that my desk was closer to the door because that decreased the likelihood of successful elopements outside of the classroom. Number 6 is our high probability sequences. And what this looks like is it's a behavior momentum strategy where we ask the learner to complete several simple, already mastered tasks before giving them that more challenging one. So for example, I could tell a kiddo, touch your nose, touch your head, clap your hands, now write your name. And that kind of just gets the ball rolling. It gets that momentum going. We do these high preference, high probability tasks before we present that lower preference task. Non-contingent reinforcement is the next topic, and that is one of my absolute favorites. And basically it just means we're just giving reinforcement freely. We're not asking the kiddo to do anything. We're not requiring anything of them. And it can be as simple as like sitting next to them while they're playing with their toys and just talking, giving them a lot of attention. And it helps reduce the motivation for a lot of attention-seeking type behaviors or other challenging behaviors. And finally, my other favorite is functional communication training. And what this is that we're teaching language skills. We're teaching them to ask for things or demand for things. We're teaching them to label things that they want or tap to things that they want. It also allows them to ask for breaks, helps, requesting specific items as an alternative to engaging in a challenging behavior. So these antecedent strategies work because they alter the conditions that lead to a behavior, and they make it easier for an individual to engage in the appropriate actions because they understand the expectations. And by proactively addressing these potential triggers, anyone can prevent the need for reactive strategy, and it provides a more positive and supportive environment. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful day.